page is related to a series of spell papers I have in my shop. It has symbols of the 4 elements, and I've designed it with a lot of different things that represent power and protection in a variety of cultures. There's Celtic tradition, English folk tradition, Irish tradition. Many beautiful cultures come together in this spell paper. Some more mini meal ephemera. Oh, more collage ephemera inside. Book plate, collage ephemera, lots of little bits in this one. I don't know if you can see this quite in the video. The colors are a lot more vivid and interesting in real life, but this sort of shows a vintage aged page that gives a little peek into the entrance of the forest. What's a forest without an owl? I had a really wild experience recently. I was painting a giant owl, and it was flying across the sky with lightning coming out of its claws. And as soon as I finished painting it, I decided to go out for a walk. And I was walking in this sort of abandoned area next to a forest. And I looked up in the sky and I saw an owl that looked just like the one I had painted the very same night. It was magnificent. It looked a bit like this one. Lots of space here in this one for writing. Of course, you can always print, if there's a particular one that you think you'd like to write in a lot, like maybe one of those lined pages earlier, or one of the decorative blanks, you could print multiples of it and have entire sections, of matching blank writing space. I didn't want my spine to be too thick, so I just used some. This is a little flip book that I made with the marbled paper that comes in the kit. There are a number of marbled papers in this pack. So we have a lot of options. You can never have too many mini books, right? This one's from a little oil painting I have. I'll put a link below to the website so you can see the oil paintings close up. A lot of this stuff in here is from real things that I've made in the real world. And of course there's a lot of historic stuff mixed in too. Here are some tiny collage bits. Deer and leaves and all sorts of fun things to play with. Oh, I forgot there's a little, I've been doing a lot of these little mini notepads in all of my journals. I just like hidden extra places to write secrets. I love those milky bark browns. Little journaling card and a note card that fits into one of the envelopes. A little tag. Ooh, looks like I've gotten it stuck on there. Too much enthusiasm with the glue, I think. Here is a little series of book plates. These all come with the kit as well, and I've edged all of them in gold, of course, because I've gone gold happy. If you're an avid reader and you love book plates, I have a bunch of those on my site, and I also have a book lover's journal with a lot of reading specific printables. So you can always find that at the links below. Another little pocket for some pretty antique ephemera. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Bookmark cards, journaling note things, big round bookmark, This is a specimen fold out. There are a bunch of specimen cards all attached. This is a separate kit. It's the Into the Forest specimen kit. It was made to match this journal though, so I put it in. Oh, and this is, I've been using these in so many journals lately, but this is one of those neat little clip-on pencil holders that is attached with a paper clip. You can put it anywhere in the journal. It could also be a pen holder. And I made this using a tutorial by Mitch Rao, who I will link to also below. This is, if you look very closely, you can see some sort of light in the window there of the tiny cabin deep in the woods. And I used to play this little game where I would ask people what they thought the source of the light would be, and then it would tell me a lot about how they saw the world, depending on what they guessed was causing it, the illumination. Another tag, book plate, ex libris, and a little envelope with who knows what. Oh my goodness, it's empty. We can't have that. I'm hiding the book plate in there. There we go. Never an empty container in this world, I say. Put that back. Okay. This is just a lovely stamp that one of my swap buddies sent me, and I absolutely adore it. Thank you. You know who you are. Mixed in a bit of antique vellum that's been a bit sun-worn with some other papers. And here's a whole section of mostly blank papers that I've just, oh, and there's an envelope slipped in there. This just to have a little private writing area. So you can show off your journal, but still have some secrets as well that no one can read. Here's a little notebook with some tea-stained papers and an index tab so you can label it, because I love labeling. I was very briefly an art history librarian, very briefly, long ago, so the labeling has stayed with me. And then, of course, Jorge Luis Borges has this wonderful piece on categorization that I just adore. So you can never have too many spaces for designating categories, as long as they're fascinating and not discriminatory, of course. Trees of Old England. It's just a little journaling card. And here's a little flip up with some different papers underneath. Oh, and just in time, my battery is about to die, and we've reached the last page with a special envelope filled with quotes and tags, my dears. And my phone really is going to die, so on that note, I bid you adieu and sweet dreams.